What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hire Rider here, and I'm out for a lovely, Friday night ride. Out with the boys, going out for some fun, check out the sights and the smells of Melbourne now that we're out of lockdown. And I'm trying out a new little audio thing at the moment. As you know, I'm now rolling the GoPro, so the GoPro that I've got, the GoPro Hero 7 Silver, it's as I found out after I bought it, it doesn't support mic input, so I've kind of had to run with like a lapel mic into my phone and record off my phone, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I am actually now, believe it or not, recording straight to a phone from my center. Now that's something that I never thought was going to be possible. It's center's never been able to be used as like a mic for recording, as far as I was aware anyway. Well, my center, which is the old 10C or whatever it is. I don't know what this audio is going to sound like. I've never actually tested it yet. This is the first test, so I apologise if it sounds completely trash. If this works well, then I may end up utilising a little bit more, get a better setup, one of the new ones that has better mic and audio quality. Or I actually don't really have any direction for this vlog. Just wanted to sort of catch up with you and let you know what's happening and where I've been and what's been happening in my world. As you know, I'm in Melbourne, and as you know, 2020 and 2021 has been mostly COVID. So, yeah, as I was saying, we've been in Melbourne during COVID, and if you're not aware, Melbourne last year went through one of the toughest lockdowns in the world, essentially. Some of the harshest restrictions, not being allowed to go anywhere past 5 kilometres from your house for shopping or exercise, only allowed to go out for shopping or exercise or to work or education, but you had to, where possible, work from home, and most schools were shut down. They were doing remote learning, and actually a lot of businesses were forced to close as well. There was restrictions on what industries were essential enough to remain open. We went through that level of restrictions for about 6 weeks straight, but all up, they incrementally introduced restrictions and then incrementally released restrictions over the course of 6 to 7 months. So pretty much from really early March 2020 right up until it would have been November, we were in some form of a lockdown or some form of restriction. To be completely honest, 2020 feels now like it was a dream, or more accurately, it feels like it was a nightmare that we've woken up from, and that was our life. And I'll be completely honest, it was a massive struggle for us, not only mentally but also financially. It was a very hard time for us. We had our second kid during lockdown, so trying to bring a newborn into the world during some crazy restrictions, it was very tough for us. With 2 very young kids that don't understand what's going on, not understanding why they can't go to the playground or see any of their friends. Our kids are very energetic and social. Well, the oldest is energetic and social. The youngest obviously was brought up not knowing. Honestly, he was brought up in the COVID world. He doesn't know any different. He doesn't know a world without restrictions. It's quite sad, actually. So, our eldest kid doesn't understand. We'd tell him that the playground's closed because it's too wet, even though it's 35 degrees, sunny. And bless him, he would accept it. And it's go, okay, alright, and every time we drive past the park, even when it was open, you go, oh, playground's closed, it's too wet. So he kind of drew that association. But this is the world we're in now, and this is where we're at. So 2020 was, it's gone now. It is what it was. Okay, Sarah. That really is the world we live in now. And it's scary. It's really uncertain. And there's a lot of people that are not making significant financial decisions and not changing jobs or not even working jobs jobs are not available, and all kinds of stuff that's going on in the world now. It's crazy. It's weird to think this is the normal now. Look, it's going to take a while for things to be back to normal. In fact, I honestly don't think that the world that we grew up in, that we live in, is ever going to go back to normal. Just like other significant events in history, I don't really want to compare it, but the world wars and things like that, things never went back to normal. Countries changed, countries changed leaderships, countries fell. It is kind of the world now. It is what is happening, and it's kind of just what we've got to learn to deal with and adapt and live in. And it is scary. It is uncertain, but if there's one thing that's really taught me, and I learn things the hard way. I'm dumb. I'm dumb like that. My wife will attest to that. If there's one thing that that I've learned the hard way, is that there's no point worrying about things that's outside of your control, right? There's a lot of stuff going on in the world at the moment that you can't control, and it is scary not being in control of something. What I'm trying to get at, right, is that there are things in life that are uncertain. There always has been things in life that are uncertain. It's just not been as evident because there's not really been a globally, aware issue. There's not been a pandemic. There's not been, and there's so many things in life that can make you uncertain of things. And you can't live life in a constant state of fear. And it took me a long time to realize that, right? So living all throughout 2020, I got into a really, really deep, dark patch of depression and a really deep hole that I honestly couldn't see a way out of. It was that bad. And what really got me through is recognizing that there are people that are going through the same thing that you're going through. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of stuff going on that you just can't plan for the future for. What I lived for was for my kids, and live for seeing them grow up to be, and they're young, kids are young, they adapt to change pretty well, much better than any adult can. So yeah, I hate to get on a COVID and sad bandwagon, but that's where my mind's at the moment, is looking on the positives, and I guess deciphering what I learned during 2020 and adapting to it, and I guess debriefing some of the stuff that we went through, right? So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Choose your ear off long enough. Like and subscribe if you like the content. Drop us a message. Drop us a comment, and see you on the next one. Hopefully it won't take as long to upload something as I did this time around, and let us know if the audio is any good, and I'll continue to use it. If it's rubbish, I'll go back to using the lapel mic or some other way. Still yet to work it out. Anyway guys, peace out.